All right, what's the countdown? What's the countdown start
Welcome,
at, dude?
everybody, to
Oh,
another
come
episode of
on.
Up Your Experience Podcast. I am not feeding into Bats' shenanigans any longer. I do a countdown where I'm like
This
doing
man.
this, and he's like, "What's the countdown mean?" Right as the episode's kick
Okay,
rocks,
first
dude.
off, you know I'm not even looking.
That's your fault.
Well, no, it's this game's fault.
Yeah, it's my little blacksmith's fault because
Dude, I
that's.
went ahead and bought it.
Oh my god, no way. Oh,
It's my little blacksmith shop. Thank you very much. I'm about to have a blacksmith shop.
okay. I need to ask a question ahead of time.
All right, what's up?
Do we want to talk about one of my pet peeves that I told my wife and kids about yesterday because it drives me insane now because it deals with video games, or do we want to save that for later after we talk about what we've been playing this week?
Now I guess
Okay, so here's the
because
deal.
it could come into like a big rant, which takes forever.
Here's the deal. I live in a house with three other people in it and a dog. Okay.
I'm glad you finished that because I was gonna go, dude. I live in a house too. Crazy.
And if you haven't been able to tell by what is over in the corner when I stream over here, I own a bunch of physical copies of games. I'm a game collector, some would say. And yesterday, Logan asked to play something on the Wii U. For those of you that don't know, the Wii U was after the Wii, and Nintendo just didn't advertise for it at all, and then they released the Switch. And there's just a pile of discs sitting on top of the Wii U. And there is nothing at all that makes me more upset than discs just sitting out when we have cases for the games.
I mean, I get that.
It pisses me off, like to no avail. And this is not like something that regularly happens. And yesterday was the day. This has been just stewing for years upon years upon years of this happening. And like, I'll clean up something downstairs and I'll just find like a stack of like 20 discs. Or I'll come downstairs and a game I just bought has been ejected and stuck on a shelf by itself. Even though, keep in mind, the case is right there. The case is there. The disc is set like 2 feet away from it. And this irritates me for several reasons. A, because sometimes I'll get asked, "Hey, Dad," or "Hey, do you know where this game's at?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's probably in the case." And then I go and open the case, and lo and behold, one of three things happens. Number one, the least likely situation. The game's in the case. Number two, the game's not in the case. Number three, a different game entirely is in the case. Sorry, and there's option 4. A game that doesn't belong in that case and the game are in that case. And it just absolutely irks me to no avail. I'm like,
how do you feel about putting games in different cases?
no, that was in the list of things that makes me upset. Like that, it just is upsetting. Because like the kids will be like, "Hey, can we play this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, here you go." Open it up. And like, they're like, "I wanted to play Metroid," and it's Mario Party. I'm like, yes, they both start with M, but they are drastically different games. And it tilts me. It really makes me upset. And my wife was just laughing at me yesterday because I was so mad. I'm like, "Look, I get asked to find stuff all the time because people misplace their things. And it'd be real crazy if we just put them back in the case. Put them back in the case. Like, we have a stack of cases. You just pick out the right one." And then I gave a tutorial yesterday of how to take a game that's not in a case and put it in a case that it belongs.
My gosh, dude. I can see that.
I was upset.
That's what's hilarious.
I was upsetty spaghetti. It was not good. I was irritated about like most of the day. Because it's true. Like I'll go and I'll be cleaning something up and I'll just find a stack of random discs. And what's worse is that sometimes it's games mixed with movies.
Okay, I don't do that. I'm not that bad.
And that makes me mad. And the funny part is like the Wii U games are my kids. Like that, I 100% know it's mostly them. But the rest of this situation is my wife, and because she thinks it's funny.
Wait, so
She's
she does it on purpose?
yeah, she's like, I didn't know it bothered you that much. I was like, and so I put this in terms because she loves to read. I was like, this is equivalent to me going up to one of your books and ripping like random pages out of it and then just sticking them in a different book entirely.
I don't know if it's like that.
It's been going on for over a decade, Bats. It's
Well,
that.
I mean, ripping pages out. That's
Yep.
kind of.
Yep. I wouldn't do that because that's atrocious and that is not good. I wouldn't do that. But it's equivalent at this point because it's been over a decade.
That is kind of crazy.
And I know it's been over a decade because, 3 days from now is my 10-year wedding anniversary. So, that's where we're at. It's where we're vibing at in life. Anywho, I got some other things to be mad about, but we'll talk about that in a bit. It's not pet peeve related. I guess it could be at this point, but it is
Are
what it
you
is.
sure about that?
TikTok has me feeling a different way right now, so I'm gonna save that for later when we talk about Smite Patch. But Bats, what you been playing this week,
What's
man?
up? All right. So I have actually like quite a list of games to play because apparently I just decided to play a whole bunch of games. Um, so I've been playing Smite. Actually,
Yeah, yeah. I've
I'm
also
about to
been playing
unplug
Smite.
that thing. I'm honestly about to unplug that thing.
Was it Alexa? Was she talking to you?
Yes. Yeah. No. It's just like I don't understand what you
Uh,
said. That's because I didn't say your name. Like what the crap? Like honestly, how many times does this happen? I will be streaming or gaming or something, and like all the way in the other room. What's that? I couldn't quite hear that. Yeah, that's because I'm not talking to you. Like honestly, Suave and I talked about this yesterday. I'm gonna be the cause of like AI hating humans because of the words that come out of my mouth when this damn thing pisses me off.
you know what's funny? My wife laughs at me because I tell Siri thank you.
Oh, I used to say thank you. Now I don't because it's like it just interrupts me.
That's an interesting time.
Okay, but anyways, so like okay, I played Smite. Yeah, I lost all focus. All right, let me pause this game real quick because there's a lot going on in this game. I played this game right now, which is what my little blacksmith shop.
Yeah,
I played 5 minutes of it. It seems to be pretty chill and cool. But I played Smite. We played ranked. Won 3 games, lost one. We
that's
lost
pretty
one
good.
because my jungler was horrible.
Hey yo, shots to terrible junglers.
Oh, it was bad. Like our jungler's like, "Oh, I have no team." It's like, "Yeah, dude, you're 1v5ing. How do you like we're not even close to him." And he's like diving as a Naza, like, "I can ult and kill somebody." Well, I killed somebody. Okay, that doesn't help us when you're dead for the fight.
Yep.
Or sometimes he wouldn't even kill him. It wasn't until late game he actually started killing somebody because he was full crit. I played Eliza P.
I've heard that game's good.
Which
I've heard it does
it
Soulsborne too well.
it it is pretty good. The only complaint I have, which I found out how to fix, is like because I'm a Souls person, but I play on controller. I have to have a controller for Souls games. I don't. PC's all right, but it's not. It. I don't think it's as smooth.
No, it's not the same.
So as I'm
Let's not
playing
lie to
it, I'm trying
ourselves.
to hook up the controller, and it wouldn't work. So I played for like 3 hours on PC, which made it more difficult than it had to be. And find out later that the reason why the controller doesn't work is because I have it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, if you want controllers to work for Game Pass, you have to have Steam completely closed out because they interfere with each other. So it's trying to run controller off of Steam instead of Game Pass. I played it this morning a little bit before work to check it out and test it and do some shenanigans, and it felt smooth and good. But that game is pretty fun. There's I'd like to talk about it, but it's kind of like just all spoilers. All I can say is like the game itself is like the intro part is completely different from the demo.
That's cool. I like when games do that.
So that's nice. Let's see, what else have I played here? I just looked at what I played too, and that's what like upsets me.
I want to play Party
Um,
Animals, but it's not on PC Game Pass. It's only on Xbox Game Pass, which is stupid.
oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, we have played Baldur Gates. I hate that game.
What do
I
you mean? I'm
despise it
sorry.
with
Do you
a
mean the
passion.
critically
Okay,
acclaimed Baldur's Gate 3?
yeah, that game sucks.
There's no way,
Don't get me
dude.
wrong. Story's fine, playing's fine. Dice, you could kick rocks. That's all I have to say. These stupid skill checks, whoever invented this crap is dumb. I like skill checks every once in a while, but there's something up when I have like what it tells me I have a 90% chance to pass the skill check and I get a 1. You know how bad it is that before I talk to somebody, I have to save the game. So in other words, this game takes me 6 times as long to do because before I talk to one single person, I have to save the game because I have yet to pass a skill check.
Have you thought about maybe you're just supposed to fail the skill checks and move on?
No.
Have you
No.
considered that maybe you're not supposed to be able to do everything?
No.
Have you considered that you might just have
Because
really bad luck?
yeah, no, I already know that. But if it tells me that, oh, this is like easy peasy, you have a like 100% success rate, and I fail, and this is after I have, like, I'm not even joking, there are 3 bonuses that give me like +3, +1, and then a +2, and I still fail.
Sounds like you
I
should have studied
almost
harder.
snapped my Steam Deck over my knee. Like that's how mad I was getting. I put my Steam Deck down and like had to do like a walking fast pace like cool off because like I honestly was just about to go.
I need that. I can't wait for that DM when Bat sends me a DM that he snapped his Steam Deck over his knee, because I know it'll be him way before it'd ever be me.
Well, the problem is like so every once in a while it'd be okay, but it's like in the same freaking dialogue. It's like, okay, oh, I failed one. Okay, let's continue. There's another one. Okay, I guess let's do this one. Oh, I failed that one too. Oh, well, that sucks. I mean, okay, I guess I'll continue, see what's going on. There's another one. Yeah, like 3 times in a row.
The
And
game's
then,
just
and then
really
so,
trying to help you out. It's like, here, if we skill check him enough, surely he'll pass at some point.
yeah, they're wrong. Other than that, the game seems pretty fun, but oh man, I tell you what.
Other than not
I
being able to do anything, it's a pretty cool game.
it honestly, when you fail everything, it feels like you can't do jack squat in that game.
Oh,
It
one
is
day.
it is very and I have so the way the game works is you have party members, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I have your original character you create, which I was like, "Oh, it's going to be badass. Let's get to it. I'm a rogue that can deceive people. Nah, I can't deceive shit. Nah, that doesn't work. All right, let's use the random NPC that I have that has high charisma cuz that works. Now I can talk to people. Nope. Doesn't matter either. Okay, let's use the NPC that is just like a brutal asshole. I don't know how else to call her anything. She is like the like an asshole. It's pretty much like that. It's like,
I like the deep thought that went for about 15 seconds there, and it was like,
well,
nah,
it's
that's
like
it.
she sits there, and it's like if you're like, oh, don't worry, like this doesn't happen, but like this is just an example. It's like say somebody fails at something, and you're in dialogue, and you're like, oh, don't worry, you'll do better next time. She dislikes that.
That's so
But
funny.
but if you sit there and you're like, suck it up, God, get over it. She's like, I approve.
I approve.
Try
Oh,
her.
that's
Nope,
funny.
doesn't work. It's like I've gone through all 4 characters and still fail everything. So
That's
either I
funny.
have to like delete the game and re-download it to like get whatever I have on it. But
Amber has
yeah, so
actually
far,
slipped a mod pack in for you. You fail already checks from the
dude.
get-go.
Oh my, dude, I was getting so mad. I'm gonna enjoy this game. This is gonna be
Yeah, to
great.
be fair, Bats DMs me about this, and he types in POS, and he'd played Poseidon the night before, and I was like, "What is he talking about with Poseidon?" And I'm like, "Oh, I figured it out."
Yeah,
Um,
this POS game. Oh my.
yeah, I was like, "Poseidon game? What is he talking about?" I was like, "How do you
I
go from
like
Paul? How do you go from Baldur's Gate to talking about Poseidon? Like, what
And
is
no,
going
the
on?"
worst part is I'm not like a very angry person, but I got so mad at this game. I was like, I hope their servers get a virus and they're down for 3 months and they learn their lesson.
Yeah, the lesson of Bats just can't have a good time.
Well, and then no backtracking. They'll go, oh, this kid had a bad time. We should fix this and give him like a uh we feel bad for you boost.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they do, like they do. Oh my goodness.
Other than that, I played a little bit of Ghostwire. It's still pretty fun. I played Starfield. I'm finally up to I see ships now, which they
Yeah,
that's what I it took me a while to figure out that they rank their ships differently. So A is like okay, B is better, and C is the greatest. I was
interesting.
like, all right, yeah.
That's
And
not
then you
backwards at
gotta
all.
and the worst part is you have to spend hours upon hours to be able to pilot a sea ship because need piloting skills.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's not like I'm flying through space or anything anyways, but I need a set of piloting skills to do that.
Yeah, dude, you gotta be
And
able to go through the hoops and fire rings and
well,
things.
it wouldn't be too bad, but the way you get your piloting skills is destroying ships. So it's like the first one's like, oh, destroy 5 ships. I was like, oh, this isn't bad. Then 10 ships, then 15, then it was like 30.
You already destroyed 15. I mean, it can't be
No,
that
you
bad.
have to restart over.
Yeah, 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 that's fine.
Uh-huh. Do you know how boring it is flying through space trying to
Um,
find ships to destroy?
Probably as boring as the Miami Dolphins beating the Broncos 70-20 yesterday.
Because it's not just any ship you can destroy, because be warned, there are relationships you can destroy when you
Yeah,
shoot
yeah,
certain ships.
yeah, 100%, 100%. You can actually, and they'll leave your ship, they'll leave your crew. They'll just dip. I saw something about
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They're like, oh, you destroyed this ship. Sorry, I can't be friends with you anymore. And you're like, wait, what? And they're like, I'm out of here.
Oh, but wait. Here's some Boulder Gates facts. You could try to persuade them, but guess what? If you suck, you don't get to persuade
You
them
fail
on
the ready.
anything.
You fail. You fail the ready. What Bats didn't know is he's been failing. He's been failing these these checks in Starfield too. He just didn't know.
No, the funny part is I found out in Starfield, if you're just a complete dick,
Yeah,
persuasions work.
that's the key.
And I only found that out because one day I was getting mad, right? And I was like, just do what I tell you you're gonna do. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, wait, what? That worked?
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Other than that, I think that's all my games. Funny part, I was gonna game with a boss yesterday. Was yesterday Sunday? Yesterday's
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Tuesday? Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. So like after I got done with Smite, boss was on. He's like, "Hey, let's game," and I was like, "Okay." And can you imagine what we gamed on? Exactly.
Terraria.
Neither can I because we didn't game on anything.
Oh, so you took a
Literally
nap,
sat.
didn't
Yeah.
you?
No, no. We sat there for 2 hours at first because like I don't know what to do. Well, what do you want to do? And this is what always happens when boss is like, "Let's game." I'm like, "Okay, what about this? Nah. How about this? Nah. Well, how about this? Nah. Okay, what do you want to play? I don't know. Just name some games. Okay, how about this? Nah. Well, what about this? Nah.
I thought it was gonna be that you fell asleep and slept through your alarms. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
I mean, I did that afterwards because it finally got to the point where I was so inactive because I had no idea what to do. It kicked me out of Discord and then he left. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
god.
look, now I guess it's time for me to sleep.
Yeah, I can't remember. I played a game of Smite with Suave last night, and he was like, "I think Bats might get on." I was like, "Bro, that dude's out. Like, if he ain't on by
I was
now,
out.
I was like,
I was
he is
out.
asleep." And I said, "I don't really care if he wakes up because I'm going to sleep after this." I was so
I like
tired.
woke up at like midnight and it was I opened like one eye. I was like, I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah, no, I was exhausted. I went to sleep.
I have this thing now where I guess so I go to bed, right? And it
Yep.
feels cool in my house and I'm comfortable. I have two fans that run. Cause I have like one fan that I've been using forever. I finally put a ceiling fan in. I think we
Yeah,
talked about this already.
probably.
Not what I do, but like so the ceiling fan, I'm like, I've learned that I just put it on two. And then in the middle of the night, I'm like, I'm a little bit more hot, so I got to turn around and put it on three. And I was like, whoever invented remotes for ceiling fans is a genius.
You have. Here's what I'm mind boggled about: is that you have remotes for your ceiling fans because I do not.
Yeah, it came with one. And I was like, oh, this is sweet. Because, it used to be I'd wake up and I'd have to do that stupid chain
I feel like I
thing.
need to upgrade my ceiling fans. That's
Oh,
what
dude,
this
it's
made me feel
great.
about.
And
But that
it even turns the light on and off.
that's 4 fans though, and I don't want to do that. That seems
See,
like way more effort.
it was when it was like a Prime Day or something. They had the Hunter fans on sale.
I don't know what those
Which,
are, but sure.
according to what I was researching, Hunter fans are like top end of the fans or whatnot. Like pretty good. I mean, it's not like you're crazy ridiculous fan, but I started reading it. It was like comes with a remote, and I was like,
Comes with
okay.
a I'm looking at them right now.
You can
What?
adjust the fan speed, turn the light off, and then I got a smart bulb on it so I can change the color of the light, dimness, and everything. He's like, I gotta replace my fans, man.
Close that now. All right, I'm gonna move on with my life. I don't need to know about this.
But yeah, it has nice cool, and then it has Frieza Dahini mode, which I like because that saves me on air conditioning.
Yeah, that's kind of sick. I'm about it. Any
Yeah,
other
other than
games
that,
this week?
just sort of. I guess I've been chilling on like Last Fortress. I haven't been going as hard lately. They uh they knocked me down from my position, so I'm like, okay, I'm just chilling now. Because
Yeah,
because they're like, you haven't been going as hard as everybody else. It's like, yeah, I've been working a lot. I don't have time to be on this phone game.
yeah, yeah. The phone commitment be real.
I was like, my battery can't last that long, dude. Like, I don't. Other than that, no, that's all the games. Cause but it's a lot more gaming than I've done in the last like 3 months.
This is great because it's the opposite for me. And that I have not played a ton this week, and I don't really know why. To be honest, I know why. Actually, now that I think about it, it's because I had a
I was
cross
gonna
country
say,
meet. I had like a meeting at night. I had a tutoring
I was
thing.
gonna say,
Yeah,
wasn't it all these meetings and
yeah. That's no. Now that I thought about it a little bit, yeah. Okay, so it kicks off with Monday, where I did our Warriors of Albion animosity set. And
let's
game
go.
number 1, I'm 8-0-5, fragging my brains out, and we lost. Mostly because people don't listen to calls, and decided that they wanted to overstay at a mid Phoenix and keep getting free damage off, and then we wiped and they ran it down and won the game. I was beyond tilted about
He
that.
was
And then game 2, we just got smacked, and we had a sub in the jungle, and me and the sub were pretty much the ones talking the entire time. And after that game, it was decided by the mid and support that they wanted to move to subs, and they just basically quit the team. So I'm not on that team anymore. Praise that be, because I have never been on a team that doesn't communicate, like at all. Like there's like even during picks and bans we weren't talking. But then Thursday came around and Team FAAFO decided to do their best impersonation of the Warriors of Albion. And my audio was gone during game one. Like, or not game one, but Picks and Bans game one, I was having like a bunch of audio issues. And we picked a team. We played Smite, okay? And like Smite was played at us, and we just lost. Then we went to game two, and we got smacked again. And this led to, and I'll be honest, it led to some heated discussion between Thursday and Friday, where I had to make some rules for the team, and there's all these new things, and eventually we have to have a team meeting and all that fun stuff. But it's gonna be fun.
It was, yeah. I mean,
it's gonna get better.
Hopefully, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. We got bopped. It's gonna get better. You win some, you lose some. Our big problem was like, not only did we, it wasn't that we just lost. Like, we were in a situation where like no one was hitting abilities at all. Like people were like, I'm gonna play. Like Alzamor's like, I'm locking Sylvanas, and before I could even say, I don't think that's a good idea, he like locks it, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun time. And then Gactel's like playing Thana, and he can't hit a Thana scythe to save his life. And at the end of the match, he's like, I'm so sorry, guys, I couldn't do anything. I'm like, bro, it was just one of those nights. Like we just lost. Like it is what it is.
It really was. It was a bad. I'm glad you talked about it. I had no good.
Okay. I mean, let's be honest. Like, as far as the games went, there wasn't much good to say. I dominated my lane. That's about it. And they were convinced. Here's what makes me laugh. Because we scrimmed Dire Dragons, and we know all their players. And Kenny is very aware that I was not doing picks and bans that night. He like DM'd me afterwards. He's like, did you do any of the picks and bans? I was like, no. He's like, I knew it. And they were convinced that I was banning Martika Ross from the scrim we had before because they were, in quotation marks, blowing me up every single time. I'm like, 3-9 and whatever is not blowing me up every time. I'm not worried about the Marty. I'm worried about the rest of the freaking team that gets to dive me, bro. Like that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it was.
And to be fair, like I guess I'll give this public service the announcement about FAAFO. Like, overall as a team, we've been kind of being more lax. Like we're not playing a lot. We're not practicing. We scrim maybe once a week. Which, I mean, before we weren't even scrimming, but we're not playing a league right now. Like we're not really being super serious about it, which I think is completely fine. But we're scrimming a team that's scrimming multiple times a week, playing in AGL, watching back my VODs to find out what they can do better, and getting coaching. So, I mean, there's like a variety of things happening there that makes them much more prep than we are. I mean, it's simple as that.
Yeah.
But I did bring up a bunch of stuff that is like coaching things I do that we now have for the team. I'm actually going to be doing some ADC coaching too soon, so that's fun. And yeah, if anybody's ever curious about like things that I think should be applied to your team, feel free to reach out. I can give you some of the expectations right now. Like, for instance, like practice, figuring out where your identity is, being able to give constructive feedback, finding picks that work that fit your identity, learning how to calm, positive team comms, not just focusing on negatives, making sure you have a schedule. Like, I mean, like it's simple stuff like that.
Yeah, our schedule has been like off whack for a hot minute.
Yeah, well, there's now a channel in the Discord called Schedule, and it goes to a Google Calendar. That's a calendar from now until December. So, take that as you will. Friday, I did the first ever FAAFO Friday. People were like, what is FAAFO Friday about? It's literally about just picking a game, and if it's community based, just like effing around and finding out and like just having a good time. If it's like a more single player experience, like it's about letting people like make the choices for my character that I'm playing as. It's about, it's just having a good time. We decided to play TFT, and I fragged the first game, and the best part of it is like I just trolled Embright the whole entire time. Embright, like on the second round of TFT, he's like, I'm gonna go Sorks, and I was like, man, that's real crazy. There's like 3 Sorks in my buy table right now, and I bought all of them, and I just went Sorks, and just completely screwed over Embright's build from the get-go. And then karma came for me the rest of the night. Okay, I lost hard every game after that, but I had a good time. We had like a 7-man queue going at one point, and the best part is Vio had never played, so Vio's playing with us, and he's played League. He's just never played TFT, and he didn't know the 8th person was a person. He goes, "Hey, is this person a bot?" But he types it in the chat. And the person goes, "Yeah, man, I'm a bot." And I was like, "Oh my God." Just a fun time. Saturday, I did Smite Night, and I did randomizers the whole entire night. I either let randomizers really take its toll and do what it wants to do, or I did let people pick my gods a couple times. We had some fun times. The best one was the Slash game, where I was the Morgan, Suave was the Emoja, Gacta was Poseidon, Dude Man was Artemis, and Bats was Persephone. And Suave goes, "We are going to lose this game because more than 3 of you are randomizing." And then we won. So that was a good time.
That was hilarious.
And after that, we did 3v3 customs the rest of the night with randomizers, and that was funny. But I'm going to keep doing Smite Night as usual.
Randomizers is like cool and all, but man, we kept getting our butt kicked.
Hold on, let's rewind that. Bats lost every randomizer game except for one in the customs, okay?
Yeah. Hey, we found out it's because y'all were getting carried by Suave. I don't want to hear it.
Suave wasn't on my team every time. And I won without Suave.
Suave's the only one who won every time.
Yes, but I won without Suave.
When?
I didn't. I just wanted to say that out loud so I could feel better.
Because Suave was the only one not really doing random.
And then last night,
I think he might have, but
last night, me and Suave queue up a game. All right. And we get this lobby. It's Apollo jungle, Nox mid, Jean-Qui solo. So Suave's like, "Yo, I'm going to go Kepri." And I was like, "Cool, I'm going set." And someone dodges on the enemy team. And I was like, "No shot, dude." Like, me and Suave get these gamer queues where people want to just, like, go insane with their picks and have a good time, and then someone dodges. We re-queue, we got the same team. And we locked those picks in, and we won, baby.
Dude, that would be cool. Yeah. Speaking of which, because you reminded me, you want to hear about dodging? Suave and I waited for almost an hour just to get into a ranked queue.
I believe that.
Because we'd get in there, we'd all pick, right? You know, we waste all that freaking time.
Yeah.
And then the last person would dodge. And that happened 3 times in a row.
We love that, honestly.
But there's no we in loving that at all. I was getting mad. I was honestly getting tilted.
But that's pretty much all I played this week. I watched the Vikings lose another game. Shout-outs to Kirk Cousin blaming it on crowd noise, not knowing how to spike a football. You know, that's the way it is sometimes, I guess. I don't really have any other way to put that. Good news, though, announcement for the podcast, and I mentioned this on stream on Saturday. I am now going to be one of the main casters for NECC Smite, which is a collaboration with AGL. And for those that don't remember, I actually was really pushing Collegiate Smite about 6 months ago. Like, I was streaming. Anytime I could stream a collegiate game, I was streaming a collegiate game and casting on my channel. And I really, really wanted Collegiate to get their own casting really, really bad. Mm-hmm. And it's finally happened. So I'm part of that casting crew. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a big opportunity, not just for me, but I mean, it's an opportunity for NECC to hopefully and maybe consider picking up Smite. It's a huge opportunity for Smite as a whole. And I'm really, really excited about it. Those casts are going to be starting next Monday, October 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern. And they will be every single week through December, early December when finals happen. I'm going to be on the first 2 casts as far as October 2nd, October 9th. And then it switches to some other casters here and there. Like, it's going to be a rotation. But I'm pretty excited about it. I think there's 4 main casters, and then we have some backups. but
Let's
it's
go.
it's going to be a good time. I don't know if I'm going to get to chair one much, but that's okay. We live with that. I'm excited to be in a professional casting environment. So I think that's going to be a good time. And then that's pretty much it for what I've been playing. Gaming news-wise, we got a lot of things going on. Okay. And I don't know if Bats has actually looked at any of this. So I'll start off with the things that are the least amount crazy.
Maybe I have. Maybe
Okay,
I
first of
haven't.
all, Titanfall 2 had a major resurgence last week.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently there was something with Apex Legends that happened, and then they updated Titanfall 2. And there's been a bunch of people on Titanfall 2, which that game is absolutely sick. I would love to go back and play it.
I honestly don't know if I played Titanfall 2 or Titanfall.
Probably
I
the
can't
first
remember.
one. But they're both good.
They were good. Like, I don't know. I like anything with mechs. Let's be honest here. We all
True.
know I'm a mech fan.
They announced the first ever Bluey video game. Shout outs to me losing my Xbox when that comes out, I suppose, because my kids will be playing it. Because Logan loves Bluey. There is an FTC suit against Fortnite for players applying for refunds right now. And along with that, apparently during a recent FNCS tournament, they let someone that couldn't receive the payout participate in the tournament, and they won, and they said, sorry guys, you don't get your 200K, and that is mind-boggling to me.
Wow.
So I think there's going to be a lot of conversation about that, so that's something to watch out for. Unity has made another statement about now Unity boss shares updates to runtime fee amid all the controversy that happens. We talked about that probably last week and the week before. Now there's a personal plan that's going to remain free with no runtime ads. Earning cap increased from 100K to 200K, made with Unity's splash screen requirement removed. No fee for games earning less than 1 million in 12 months, and then the list goes on. They basically were like, "Yo, you know how we screwed up really, really bad? Yeah, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix it.
Unscrew up.
Yeah, we're gonna maybe fix this." Then this is my biggest laugh of the week. I feel bad for this guy. Fastest typer in the world, going for the world record pace for typing. Didn't even know this is a thing. Obviously, it should be a thing. I just never thought about it being a thing. And he's on pace. He's slamming the keys. He's clicking. He's clacking. He's going. He's going to do it. He's going to hit the world record. And his League of Legends cues pop. And exits the program.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh. League strikes again, baby. I've watched the video. I've watched the video like 3 times. I was like, that is something that would be something to happen to me. I'm like doing something. I'm like, oh, it's going, and the queue pops for a game or something I forgot was even open.
Oh my dude, that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I would do.
And then there are a bunch of Xbox leaks, a ton.
I have heard about that.
The FTC
and the
filing.
new Xbox.
Yeah, the FTC filing has the documents got released. And this, I feel bad in a lot of ways because this is like a decade plan that is now leaked to all of Xbox and Microsoft's competitors.
Yep.
So they have a full timeline that's been leaked. It has things about them trying to buy Nintendo, possibly Warner Brothers, Valve, and more, none of which have happened. It has the Xbox handheld with a picture, which I do think and a handheld would go a long way, especially with Game Pass. I think it would be a good move.
Oh, it definitely would. It would.
So,
because, Steam Deck is kind of hard to connect to Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. And I love Steam Deck. I do think more needs to change for more playability of games on there, but I do love Steam Deck. I think it is good. But the Switch did it first, and I'm tired of companies being like, Nintendo needs to give up and just make software. Why? Like you're trying to remake their device. Sony's doing it,
Yeah.
Valve did it, Xbox is doing it, and they still do the best. Why would they give up their proprietary? I just don't understand it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They showed the mid-gen and next-gen Xbox dates of 2025 and 2028. Basically, that'd be an update to the current series, and then the actual next-gen Xbox in 2028, which kind of, which fits their design. They showed the next Xbox controller, which is supposed to be somewhere between a regular controller and an Elite controller. I don't know.
They say it's supposed to be better, if not like the same as the PlayStation controller. Like it's going to rival the PlayStation
No,
controller with
it's
a
not.
DualShock.
It's not. And let me rephrase that. The Xbox controller, as far as comfort in my hand, I do like the actual layout of it, but the PlayStation controller just can't be beat. Until Xbox goes and puts haptic feedback into their controller, they're lying to themselves. Haptic feedback is insane.
I don't know if they're doing that to this controller or not.
They're not. I guarantee they're not. Haptic feedback is
they're
insane.
adding a lot of stuff.
Oblivion and Fallout 3 remasters / remakes coming. Red Dead Redemption 2 Next Gen Edition. Xbox Cloud Console. Dishonored 3 next Doom game.
Dude, that sounds sick.
Ghostwire Tokyo 2. Premium controller and plans. Upgraded cloud gaming server.
Ah, man, that means I have to beat Ghostwire 1 so I can
this thing just goes on and on, dude. Like, there's so many things in the leaks.
Yeah, there is. Like, that was one thing I did read, and I'm just like, oh my, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot. And not just that. There was another Xbox leak today. Yeah, today. So if you have Game Pass right now, some people try to go buy like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and it says, receive this game free with your gaming subscription Game Pass. Check it out. It's yours forever. Which means, I don't know if people realize, the Activision deal went through, and it went through in the UK. Finally. COD's coming to Xbox for free, bro, on October 18th.
Let's go.
Supposedly. Like, the acquisition goes through on October 18th, and I have a feeling Microsoft is going to drop the hammer of what's going on Game Pass. So we'll see. But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Activision games that pop up on Game Pass between October and December.
Oh, it's definitely going to, because especially since that whole thing with PlayStation, where PlayStation is like raising their prices for their
PlayStation Plus, they did already.
Yeah. Which I have also heard that, like, so they raised the prices, and then the monthly games were just dog water. Like, there were a lot of people that were mad about the monthly games that came out.
Yeah, I forgot what they were.
Because they said they're raising their prices so they can keep these new quality games.
Yeah, and it was something. It was something not great. I remember that because I was like, okay, cool. I do want to mention this because I do think it needs to be mentioned, and it made me happy that I didn't switch to Kick. Kick is under major controversy right now. Not only have they like controversial figures on their platform, and they give them front page access and all that stuff. They had a guy the other night who I'm not going to name because I don't think he deserves any credit for being a crappy human.
Right.
And being
humans.
Yeah, and he had major donations by Kick CEO, so that's really cool. Bring an escort into his room.
Oh,
had a camera. There was somebody else in the room too that I don't know that she was aware of. She was aware of the camera, but like, it just was disgusting and not okay. And they didn't ban the guy. They said it wasn't illegal. And that is wild. Like, it's a streaming platform. It's disgusting. I'm not gonna go into like everything that happened during that. I saw a clip of it, and that's all I ever need to see to just understand that They had no place being on a live stream service that kids have access to. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And they don't really have like a TOS in place, but something has to change there. I don't know what it is. Besides, obviously, that guy needs to be banned. But like, they need to take a real look on the inside of their company and decide, was that worth it? Because I know people that are part of their Kick partner program, like that first set of people that are getting an hourly wage for them, that are not happy about this to any capacity. Like, they are upset. And they should be. And they should be. Other than that, do you want to talk about... let me put this out there. Patch notes breakdown for Smite patch 10.10, which comes out the day this episode comes out, is up on YouTube.
The little tiny patch note?
No. Hold on. It's up on YouTube. That already happened. It's up on YouTube. It's also up on TikTok. After recording...
Is that? Okay,
after recording 3 different times. Because the first video was too long. The second by like 20 seconds. The second video had no audio because my device didn't turn on. The third one was the charm. And then it took me 4 times to upload it to TikTok. But it's up there. It's up there. So if you want to go listen to that, you can. But...
He was mad.
I was mad. I still am kind of mad.
Dude, you want to talk about mad? I have ordered something 3 times on this game, and I have yet to see where it's at. But I have purchased it.
Well, that's good. Do you want to talk about the next patch with the new Mama and Brigitte?
I'm down. Or do you mean you want me to talk about it?
I just didn't know. Do you want to talk about anything with the patch? She does the spirit bomb. I mean, that's all you really need to know.
I was like, I've only seen a little bit of it, and it looks nice.
I think this character is really, really well designed. It looks a lot of fun. I can't wait to play it tomorrow. Other than that, did you see I'm not going to talk too much about... Because I think really and truly what we should probably do is just talk about the patch next week and like our feels about it, if you're cool with that.
I'm done.
She's a mage assassin. So that's pretty cool. We haven't had one of those since Ao Kuang. There's some super sick skins in this patch. I really want to see what Tabby Toil Ganesh looks like because I have no idea how that skin works. But it's a cat in a cauldron. And I don't know how to feel about it.
Baba Yaga?
They finally fished Baba. Baba will be comp viable again. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God Bats needs it.
Now I can run at people. I'm tired of this. We'll maybe play something. No, I want my god.
Yeah.
Dude, this happens every time in comp. That was like when I was jungler.
And Loki's banned.
Yeah, you like Loki? Yeah. Ha ha ha. That's funny. He's banned for like 3 seasons.
Did you see the change to Slash?
I have not.
Okay. First of all, gold spooling, XP spooling increase, Apothis changes. But there's this new thing. Mist deployables.
What?
Have been added to the entrance of the jungle and the side lanes. Players can enter into these to hide and ambush enemies or to flee.
Oh, because, it needs to be more sweaty than it is. That sounds fantastic.
No, bro, it's jungle grass, but it's in the form of mist. Like, you can hide it and they can't see you.
Really?
Yeah, so that's the way this is written.
Like League shenanigans?
Yes. I am so about this. This isn't even funny. There's one by the blue buff and one by the center, and they're present the whole entire game.
That'll be interesting. I don't know. While I like Slash, I also hate it because I swear it is the most.
It is the sweatiest game mode in the game. 100%. But
it became Siege. That's it. They were like, oh, we're gonna make it Clash and Siege. Nope. No, you're not. There's no such thing as Clash because it became Siege.
They buffed some of the recipes so you can cook more. There's some good buffs in here. Let's talk about Atlantis Bow. It's 100 gold cheaper, and they put 5 power on it. Item still sucks. I
knew that was coming.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Baron getting damage mitigation and Charybdis getting some buffs too. I like that. You know what else I like about? Oh yeah, my favorite buff of the patch though. We have to talk about this because it's hilarious. Is the Lancelot buff because they buffed his base MP5 from 1.6 to 4.6 because that's what it was originally supposed to be, but they never caught it since its release. They found it because of a Reddit post. Yeah. Yeah. Shoutouts to the Morgan getting buffed. I'm about that life. Yeah.
That'll be interesting, actually. Well,
and Raijin nerf, you know,
yeah.
it's there.
Oh yeah, okay. So now that I've been playing Raijin all the time, you know,
it's not a big. It's a needed nerf because he was.
If we're gonna be honest, he does need a little bit of a nerf.
Yeah, he did. No, there's a bunch of stuff.
His 2 proc is actually kind of ridiculous, especially with Divine.
Yeah, that's what they nerfed.
And you can't tell me otherwise. Like it.
No, I mean that's what it needed. And honestly, like a bunch of those gods that got shifted or kind of buffed all got nerfed in some capacity, except for Scotty. So, you know, I don't let that sink in for a bit and figure out how that feels. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a good patch. Hopefully I get a chance to play Mammon, or I'm just going to call her Mama. She looks really good to play. I mean, she looks like watching her kid, it looks real good. I've heard that she's
I mean, I think it'll be interesting to have another like mage assassin.
I've been told that it's the best god they release in quite some time. So that's exciting to see. There was some shenanigans about the SPL. I'm not going to entertain it on this episode. Maybe we talk about it more if any more information comes out about it. But as of right now, no. Shout outs to, I will do this right now because it feels appropriate. Shout outs to Barracuda. He did retire from the SPL after being kicked from a team for the first time ever in his career.
Really?
Yep. Being replaced by Zapman, 3-time world champion, possibly maybe a 4th time incoming. But sad to see Barra go. I was a huge Barra fan, but he is stepping away from Smite entirely and gaming as a whole from what I understand. He already has a new job, so that's awesome. Other than that, I guess I could do names of the week. What do we got? Wetter is better.
Do we have names?
Chopped up cookie, raunchy pickles. I am Bodo Fraggins. Foot job queen. Ugh. Uller. Oofberder. I don't know what that. I can't even pronounce that. Have a Condi. Let's see. Booty Menace. Candy Stew and Dr. Slippy Meat. And Lower East and Lower North. Oh no, this one's too small. Wait 1 second. Chickpea on Me and Raindrop Top. Bjorn Tobewild. Foot X Lover. There's a lot of people loving feet this week. I'm not about that. One Lonesome Bagel, Dank Falcon, and One-Eyed Waff, and the Cabbage Mancer were our names of the week this week. Other than that, you got any shoutouts this week?
Yeah, I mean, as always, shoutouts to our listeners. Don't forget those comments if you want to see anything, any changes, stuff like that, what we want to talk about. I know Blaze and I have been talking about we're gonna do something at some point, like once a month, about just a chill factor.
Yeah, I think
how that will go.
I don't know. We got to figure that out. I don't know when that's gonna happen. I just think it'd be kind of fun.
I mean, to be honest, it's like I keep telling Blaze, which I don't know how we can get this to work without having some random person make the bot join, but we have fire conversations when the bot is not in the channel before the bot.
I mean, that's true.
And then as soon as the bot comes in, like everything changes. Like, nah, man.
I would love to have an episode that's literally just team talk, like during picks and bans.
Oh my gosh.
I'm because
Appropriate.
because like sometimes it's so stupid. Like it's just like, where are we? Like, are we in picks and bans? I don't know. I don't know.
Other than that, though, I'll let Blaze do their other regular shout outs.
Shout outs to episode 125.
Hey, let's go.
That's this one.
We're already at 125. Really?
Yeah, we're
Crazy.
schmoving.
I feel like we were just celebrating the 100th.
I know, it's crazy. It's wild. No, shout outs to Guardian's mental health. As I mentioned in the past few episodes, I've been working on some things. I finally got it all typed up, sent over, and now I gotta record some stuff. I'm really excited about it. More coming on that soon. Shout outs to Dare Drops. Got some stuff coming from them. I'm really excited to play. And really, shout outs to NECC for reaching out about casting. I'm really excited about it. They mentioned that one of the things that they liked was the fact that I was promoting it last season and that I was casting. So I think it's just really cool to see like some hard work paying off. I was kind of in the dumps about casting, I'll be honest. Like, I've been having fun casting people's games, but after what happened with the casting competition, I've been kind of down on casting and Smite in general. So it feels good to get a little pick me up, you know? Feels good. Other than that, let's get on out of here.
Yeah, a shout out to Smite for making an assassin god to try to not just be a mage.
Yeah. Shout outs to my new ADC to play. No, catch me in the duo lane with Mama Bear and duo.
People.
The voodoo lane.
Yeah.
I can convince Swab to do this. It's wraps. It's done. It's done right here, right now. Anyways, let's get on out of here. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.